in the squadron. They called him Bullets, but we call him Greg Kelly. Greg Kelly is on the air
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Wow. You know, you can't just give up the streets to the mob, and that's what's going on. And this is really something, and I'm not seeing any of it anywhere other than on social media. We have a riot down where the Knicks celebration is happening. We got idiots vandalizing police cars. The cops are gone. They're jumping up and down, breaking police cars. We have about, I would say, 30,000 people kind of taking over a huge intersection. Got to be about 30,000 people there. I don't know what the hell you get out of standing around like that. There are no Knicks in sight, but they got about all these people. And on top of one of, it looks like to me, a police car is another scene where a guy looks like he's dying of a drug overdose. But don't worry, his bros are trying to help him. We got you, bro. We got you, bro. What'd you take? What'd you take? They're taking videos of it. No one's calling 911. It's just, looks like this guy's going to OD. And there he is wearing his Knicks shirt, right? Oh, the team did great. I'll take some drugs. Poor bastard. I hope he lives. And then they have the nerve to blame the cops, right? First of all, nobody even tries to call the cops. And then at one point, and look at the cops, they're not doing nothing. Yeah, half a block away. You haven't even asked for help. Look at the cops. It's tough. It's tough. And I have something from a friend of mine. It's internal police documents that show the police were specifically ordered to go light on all of these celebrants and protesters, right? It says it in black and white. You are to remain hands off. Here's the memo. Let's see here. The department is committed to upholding the constitutional rights of free speech, assembly, and expression while ensuring public safety. In an effort to facilitate First Amendment activities, the department shall employ a tiered response to the First Amendment activity, presumptively applying the lowest applicable tier based on the conditions present. And this is a totally unworkable 8-page document that basically how the cops are ultimately going to interpret it, because that's what it says, is you need a captain to authorize an arrest. And that's why they have so few arrests at these things. You got these mass riots, and you got 6 people arrested. There should be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Hey, First Amendment activity is great, but the First Amendment says peaceably assemble. Peaceably. That's the whole key. Peaceably. You got to be peaceful. And they're not. That you can't shut down. Once you take over a street, that is not peaceful. First Amendment activity, senior executive, the senior level designee within the office of the chief of the department holding the rank of deputy chief or higher with significant operational decision-making authority relating to it's even higher than a captain. It's even higher. This is the kind of thing that this is basically mob rule. And it's right there in black and white. And that, I know the mayor has a nice smile. Never saw anybody get by on a smile like this punk. Yes, Bill, hello. You got something to say about the Iran deal?
I do. I think we're underestimating President Trump's brilliance. And I think that money that they are going to give back to Iran, they're giving it back to a whole different group of people. And don't you think it's going to be itemized? And, you know, the Iranian people have to eat, and I think it's the Persians, too. I said this earlier to some friends, that the Persians have to eat, too. And so correct me if I'm wrong, if that money's just going to go to warlords.
No, it's not going to go to warlords, and a lot of this money is theirs, and we're unfreezing assets, and we've done that before when the hostages came home back in 1981. Now, look, we have inflicted major damage militarily. Our sanctions have taken a toll, and they have no nuclear. We'll watch them like a hawk. I agree with you. The brilliance has been underestimated. And also, he doesn't have to go around proving he's tough. You know, there's certain people who only have microphones or, you know, how do you be tough? President Trump knows what it's like to kill people. He knows what it's like to kill people. And it's not great. All right. But he's not afraid to do it when he has to do it, but it's not a great thing to do. Sometimes you got to do it, but you don't want to do it when you don't have to do it. And we accomplished our mission, and the killing has to stop. Oh, gosh, look at that guy. Look at Obama right now, that full of himself bastard. He's at the Presidential Center in Chicago. This is, again, how many ceremonies do you have for one stupid presidential center? He's giving a great big speech. Turn up the volume. I'm a little bit curious. And I also have that question. The question remains, is he even black? Go ahead. Pump up that volume for me, Carlos. Gosh, I'll give him this. The man knows how to dress. But you would too if you were worth $1 billion. Go ahead.
To Michelle, she did me wrong. She wouldn't let me see her speech.
To Michelle. Now all the networks are picking it up. You want to hear that video that I have of that poor son of a bitch who's dying at the Knicks celebration? And then they blame the cops?
What can I say?
All right, let's go back to this.
You mean everything to me. More than 40 years ago, on a late summer afternoon in 1985, I arrived here in Chicago, entering the city through the very spot where this center now stands.
Oh my God, I don't believe it.
I can still picture myself heading down what was then Cornell Drive.
What is it now?
A janky used car that I'd bought in New York, with all my worldly possessions stuffed in the trunk and the back seat, so I really couldn't see out of the rear view mirror, and I was a safety hazard.
You still are.
And I was 23 years old. I'd just been hired by a group of churches on the South Side to help organize a part of the city that had been battered by steel plant closings and chronic neglect.
What'd you do for him?
And I didn't have much organizing experience. Didn't know anybody in Chicago.
Perfect for the job.
But I had been inspired by the civil rights movement, and I knew I wanted to make a difference. And although I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do that, I was possessed with this abiding faith that if we could give people more of a say in the forces that govern their lives, if we could bridge some of the differences that drove us apart, then we could build an America where everyone counts.
Wow.
And everyone has a fair shot.
Notice how vague and
everyone belongs.
Oh, yeah.
Even a mixed-race kid with a weird backstory and a name nobody could pronounce.
Obama ain't hard.
And it was here, in this city, a city of broad shoulders, that I found what I was looking for.
You ever notice he says Chicago? Go.
Day by day, block by block, I got to know the people who lived here.
What did they get out of it?
Their hopes, their dreams, their tragedies and their triumphs. I witnessed their resilience in the face of hardship and the quiet heroism of a single mom raising her kids and sending them to college on a secretary's salary.
You know what? I'd like to know her name. I'd like to know the name because he's making all this stuff up. Keep going.
To add rescues, even as most of his flock had fled to the suburbs. I learned that leadership has less to do with titles or rank or chasing attention than with helping others find their voice, reaching their potential. and sitting around people's kitchen tables or on their back porches, spending time in church basements, in barbershops, I was reminded that everyone has a story to tell.
To do what exactly?
If you just care to listen.
Care to listen. You know what you were trying to do? Get them to vote for you. You just admitted you had no skill. You had nothing to bring to the table. But there you sat at the table. But you wanted something from them. You get it? This guy was running. He was running for office. No skill. That's actually a very, very illuminating story in its own way. Inadvertently so. Yes, Freddie, how are you?
Greg, save some of that anger for this one. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Sean Penn, I call him the Pocket De Niro, and Bradley Cooper are going to make a movie about Officer Fraud Fanone. Did you hear about this?
I did. Look, you say save my. I am going to say. I'm not going to get angry about it. It's a free country. These idiots can make these things. There are a million roadblocks, or maybe several roadblocks. This movie may not ever get made. I'm not going to jump up and down and scream about that now. I have totally revealed that guy to be the total fraud that he is. Everybody knows it. And if these jerks from Hollywood haven't figured that out, they can knock themselves out and make that movie. And if it comes out, I may or may not see it, and I may or may not make fun of it. It's not going to change the record. You know what I mean? I heard that they're going to make a movie. I've already seen the Fox people, because when they're authorized to get mad, they get mad. But I can't get mad about something that doesn't even exist yet. If they want to make a movie, it's a free country, and you can lie in your movie. But it is something. Yeah, I heard about that. What do you think, Freddie?
It's just they just swallow the narrative without even doing their own research. I mean, if you just pay attention, I know you've been at the forefront of this. So, me and my family were fans of yours, but we could see, the guy's a fraud, a phony. He's a fake tough guy. And it's just ridiculous how they'll just, swallow any narrative from the left without doing their research and jump out there. And hopefully they'll come to see the light,
Yeah,
it's just,
I feel a little bit like, let's face it, the whole society said something. When the New York Times, people underestimate, when the New York Times went woke and weird, it really disrupted a lot of people. I grew up reading the New York Times. I loved the paper. I remember my dad saying when I was a little kid, we were on the Long Island Railroad going in to see the Empire State Building. And he said, wow, what a great newspaper. And I'm like, what's so good about it? Look at this. And he showed me this diagram that they had explaining something. And I grew up thinking that the newspaper was great. And it was great. And there's some people who have never had that, oh, my God, it's wrong moment. Oh, my God, they got it wrong. For me, it was the Iraq War. They authorized the Iraq War. That was the main organ for the Bush administration. For others, others never had that moment. They still have all this credibility in the system and what the media tells them. And thank God that I woke up and I figured it out. You figured it out, but not everybody has. So I cut them a little bit of slack, believe it or not, because they're victims in a way. They're victims. Do you know what I mean, Freddie? There are good people out there who have never seen the Officer Fanone body cam that shows him to be a total liar. Because it's not on the evening news. You got to hunt for it. You got to find my program. You know what I mean? Look, let's face it. I'm not on at 6:30 at night, with 50 million viewers.
One thing we can appreciate Trump for, he's caused us to question the media and all this propaganda that they've put out and do our own research and, pay attention and just don't swallow what they say. And I tell my kids and the rest of the family, just don't take it as the truth. Do your own research, look at all different angles. And it's just, causing us to question all media, which I think is a great thing that President Trump has done also. And you keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, one other thing, you don't have to rely on the media, period. We have access to the media is a filter. You can watch President Trump at the G7. You can watch the whole thing. You can watch J.D. Vance at that podium this morning. Not a soundbite, not a clip, but the whole thing. And if you engage in the primary, you don't have to rely on anybody else. It's really amazing. Be right back.
Greg Kelly
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
You know, it's a beautiful thing being a father, and we have a very special treat coming up. My wife, it's a beautiful thing being a mother, has written a beautiful children's book, and it's all about our daughters, Annalise and Madeline, just as they grow. And you know what they love to do? They love to ride their scooter, and a little book about their adventures on their scooter and what they learn along the way. And they learn a lot, and we're so blessed. Should we do this thing? Do we have time? Yeah, this is the Jon Stewart thing that offended me so much that got clipped earlier. Cut 7.
Honestly, look, man, something happened that wasn't great. The night was marred by some violence. I mean, what would you guys on the right rather be watching?
The White House is getting ready to rumble with UFC.
Very excited to see this.
Epic day.
Hey, isn't that awesome? Fight night. I'm actually personally looking forward to it very, very much. I have a ticket. +1. My brother.
Got to tell you, I'm pumped. I feel like my life is going to change this weekend.
Is that guy trying to his brother? What? I don't know what's going on here.
That guy. What a horrible thing to say. What is that, a gay incest joke? It's a gay incest joke. Who the hell do you take to a mixed martial arts championship, you moron? You have a brother there, John Rabinowitz? Isn't that his name? Rabinowitz? Why the hell did you change your name anyway? Why? Are you one of those people who have an issue with your own faith? I don't know. What's going on there? I've heard about this. You know, Mark Levin actually talks a lot about it. I wonder what's going on there. Rabinowitz, isn't that his name? Jonathan, something like that. Jonathan Lifshitz, what's his name? Jon Stewart. He used to be clever. He used to be interesting. I realized he had lost his mind when he went all the way to Arkansas to yell at the Attorney General of Arkansas for helping protect children from mutilation, saying that children can't be sexually mutilated, right, while they're children. When they become an adult and they want to mutilate themselves sexually, fine. And he said that's going to lead to more suicides, you more. And he yelled at her. That's when I realized, wow, John, and so many others, right? New York Times, Society. The bottom dropped out from under it.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Where's my baby?
The first doorbell I will
ring.
And even if we're 92, I will harmonize with
you.
Can I ask a quick question? What is this book about? What? Say it to me.
When I'm with you.
What is it all about?
When people are with people.
And what happens?
Rhymes.
Madeline, do you know what happens in this book?
No.
No?
Nobody knows. Nothing happens.
it's about friendship and love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And what do you think of friendship?
Good.
Good. Okay.
All right. Hey, we're trying. You know what I mean? We're trying. 2 people. Me and my wife, Judith Kelly, joins me right now, who is a brand new author. The book is Our Lobby Hobby, based on a true story about those 2 beautiful girls you just heard. It's an amazing, beautiful children's book. Hello, Judith.
Hi, Greg.
Congratulations. You've been talking about this and you actually made it happen. I'm holding it in my hands. How does it feel to have this book?
It's amazing. You know, I got so much great feedback from your listeners about our kids and all the clips that you play. And I was like, you know, because we live in New York, they have pretty great lives, you know, just walk out the door and it's pretty amazing. And this book is about, you know, when you just completely fed up with them, you take them down to the lobby and let the doorman play with them. And it's just, yeah, we do it every now and then. A rainy day, it's like, why don't you go down to the lobby and play with Samir? And it's funny because we've started selling the book and a lot of people are reaching out saying, I grew up with my doorman. It's a real New York insight of, you know, even when you're 16, you came home from a date and you rehashed with the doorman. And
no, I don't mind.
Boys. I'm talking about boys.
Yeah, all right. Well, all right. Let's. There's going to come an age where I'm going to be keeping an eye on those doormen.
Okay.
But what they do is they love to play on their scooters and the doormen are their babysitters in a weird way, right? They're the babysitters, and we go down there too. But they tell us about the scooters that they zip around on. And by the way, the pictures in this book are absolutely. They're genius. They look so good.
And based on our real lobby. As a mom, you read a ton of children's books. They're all about rainbows, unicorns, make-believe, Pinkalicious. None of this stuff is real. And I'm like, real life is phenomenal. Well, let's have a book about just day-to-day life, And, I feel like living in New York is kind of like a unicorn. It's like the unicorn of cities. And so it's going to be part of a series of books about their lives, just their everyday life and enjoying everyday life.
Now, I know, listen, let's face it, a lot of people live in houses. A lot of people live in apartments that don't have doormen. And we talked about that. And I think that still, this is a great book. You don't have to, it's like, what's that girl who lived in the hotel that everybody... Eloise. She lived in the plaza, right?
Yeah.
And, nobody really lives in a hotel, but people fell in love with that. It's authentic. Look, everybody has different lives. This is our story, and that's fine. This is their story. And I think like Seinfeld, that's too New York. It turned out to be the most popular show in the world. I think this could be the most popular series in the world for kids.
You're so sweet. And the other thing about, doormen, they're like policemen. They're like firemen. They're people who protect us. And, it's really nice for the kids to enjoy their company and respect what they do and learn about security and the purpose of, people who are here to protect people in society, other people in society.
Now, the book rhymes, so that's kids love rhymes, and they also need to learn how to read, and I think that's on your mind as well. Now, do me a favor. What we're going to do is let's play a little bit more of our children. I don't know if this is Madeline. I don't know if this is Annalise or both of them, but go ahead and play it, and when we come back, a reading, if you don't mind, from Judith Kelly.
Just a sample.
Herself. We don't want to give away the whole thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Dad.
Sing it for me.
No, I really want Big Girls Don't Cry.
What song do you want to hear?
I want Big Girls Don't Cry.
Who sings that?
I don't know.
What do you like about that song?
Silly girl, silly boy.
All right. Do you like to dance to it?
Yes.
Okay. What else do you like to do?
Nothing else.
Aww.
I do like to do something.
You what?
You know what I like to do?
What?
Artist.
Who?
I'm an artist.
I think we were driving around in the car.
Oh, that's nice.
Mom draws better.
I know.
She's an artist.
Mom draws better. I know. You know why? She went to art school. You actually went to art college, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to art school. I got a Bachelor of Fine Art, and then I got a Bachelor of Science because for various reasons I'm not going to go into.
But you're wonderfully educated, well educated.
Thank you.
And it gives me insight into a lot of things that I never got around to actually studying in school. All right, so Judith Gray, please, from the new book, Our Lobby Hobby.
Well, the first thing I'm going to read is the dedication, and it says, "To our doormen who keep us safe and cheerful." And that's, every morning we get up and they're part of our day, and they're smiling and always interacting with the kids. So it starts off, some days we don't know what to do. How to stay happy, we haven't a clue. And you see a picture of two girls with every single toy in the world bored in their bedroom. And
next
page. So we take our scooters to the lobby. Racing back and forth is our hobby. We wear our tutus to add more fun and make a spectacle for everyone.
And they really do. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
We see our doormen along the way, Samir, Flavio, Josh, and Jose. And, yeah.
And by the way, he's Jose. He goes by Jose, not Jose.
Not Jose.
It took me a long time to start calling him Jose. I was like, that's not right, but it is right. That's what he goes by. Go ahead.
I'm not going to keep reading. I'm not going to spoil
One
it.
more little bit.
1 second. lost my page.
Such a good reader. We need an audiobook version of this, of course.
They're always smiling and kind to us, wanting to chat and make a fuss. And then at the back of the book, you're going to see a photo of our entire family in our actual lobby. And yeah, and then it has our supers. It features our supers dog, Benny. He got a cameo role.
The super. We got a super, and this one is not across the way. He actually lives in our building. So the book is Our Lobby Hobby, based on a true story by Judith Kelly, my wife, available on Amazon. And I think it's wonderful. It's very kind of a lot of ingenuity you have.
You're so sweet to say that.
Well, I mean, it's true, though. Tell me, I mean, you're very creative. You don't just sit around and mope. You kind of make things happen.
Well, the thing is, it's just, you look at things, like I see them in their tutus, in the lobby, going back and forth, and the doorman going, high five. And I'm just like, this is like so magical, this image. And I took a bunch of photos, and I just kept watching these videos, and they put their leg in the air like in an arabesque. And I'm just like, who does this? This is so beautiful. And you want to sort of savor that moment. You want to capture the moment. And you have these photos on your iPhone. And I'm like, no, I want to memorialize this moment in a way. And, everything they do, I just want to capture it, share it, kind of talk about the joy of it, celebrate the joy of everyday life with two kids. Mm-hmm. We had our kids later in life. It was kind of hard for us to conceive. We did it with the
help of medical science.
Yeah. And so, it's all of it feels like a miracle. And I guess it's just part of celebrating that. And, we're sort of disbelief when they kind of come and wake us up in the morning. We're just like, wow.
Let's have one more moment with the girls. Go ahead, Carlos. Another what we call around here, baby talk. Go ahead.
In my class.
She's not in your class?
No.
What class is she in?
She's in the other class, but she is close to me.
I see. What are you going to bring her for her birthday?
A nightgown, but I think and she also got a baby.
I see. Okay. Who's the president of the United States?
Trump!
Do you like him?
Yes.
Why?
I just like him.
That's what a lot of people feel. He's kind of crazy, I've heard people say.
Let me see that book, all right? You got the hardcover right here. I want to hold it in my hands. You just said something nice. It's about, you're right, we take pictures like crazy. These are drawings, all right? These are drawings, and it's a hardcover book, and it's nice to look at phones and videos, but you remind me, when you're looking at pictures, you're also looking at your phone. You know what I mean? Phone, it's like and pictures, I don't know. I mean, I can make the case that there are too many pictures being taken, but it's a step away. And it also really, it celebrates New York, and it doesn't make any apologies, quite frankly. Look, we live in a nice building. We're quite fortunate. And this is kind of reflected in this piece. And I love it. We're not pretending to be anybody we're not. And we're not ashamed, yet we also respect everybody's story. And I think the staff, the guys in the building, look, they talk to you more than they talk to me. They do. I mean, and that's okay. I love them too, but how are they reacting to the book?
They love it. I wrote like an inscription on one of them to Flavio, and I said,
because they're drawings of those guys in the book. They're in the book,
and it's their real names. They gave us permission, and I said, thanks for being my inspiration. And he said, this is the best gift I've ever gotten. He showed it to his kids. He was just so happy. But they're really part of the fabric of our lives, and they're watching these kids grow up. I mean, we moved in the day our second daughter was born. I literally had the furniture removal people or delivery people come, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Lenox Hill Hospital. See you later. Couch over there, coffee table there.
It's true. It's true. That's how she did it. It's basic. Now, wait a second. One other thing. There is a dog. I know the dog is the Super's dog. Who is this stylish, well-dressed lady walking the dog? Who was that supposed to be?
She's like supposed to be the quintessential Upper East Side woman, you know, with all the shopping bags, because you got to have all the shopping bags that the doormen are taking.
Yeah.
So,
well, I love it, and it's again Our Lobby Hobby, based on a true story. And okay, I'm not in the book. You're not in the book. Maybe we should have put well, we are. There's a picture of us in the book.
In the back, yeah.
We should be. Can we be more prominent in the next book? You have any ideas about the next book?
The next book is called Feast on 60th East, and it's about going to a restaurant, a French restaurant for Thanksgiving. And the last line of the book is, going to restaurants is great now and then, for Thanksgiving, never again. And it's about getting nouvelle cuisine for Thanksgiving, no seconds, you know, all that sort of stuff.
I know.
So
That was
again, it was based on a true story. We're all going to be there.
That was a bit of a bust. We went to a restaurant. It's one thing to go to a restaurant where they have a buffet. It's one thing to go to a restaurant where, you know, all you can eat turkey. This was, what the hell is this? Asparagus soup and, you know, endive salad. I was like, are you kidding me? They didn't make it like down home for this one day?
Yeah, no pie, no huge, grotesque piece of pie. Yeah.
We'll cut them some slack. It was still a memorable experience, and it spawned a book. It will spawn a book. Judith Gray, my wife, by the way, she also is, her maiden name is Gray. Grey.
And now I've just gotten used to being Judith Kelly. So that's it. Yeah.
About time.
Don't want to confuse the kids.
Judith Kelly, my wife, I love you. And Madeline and Annalise, I love you guys. Our Lobby Hobby, based on a true story, on Amazon. If you would like to check it out, we thank you, and we'll be right back.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
You know, sometimes I read about people having affairs like all the way back in the 40s and the 50s. You know, Desi Arnaz apparently was always fooling around behind Lucy's back, and you know, got really hot and heavy. It just seems a little bit incompatible with the era. And then you hear about those passions, and, you know, and they were throwing lamps at each other because they fought a lot. Very passionate, hot-blooded people. And now they're all dead. You know, those bodies that were all hot-blooded are just a bunch of bones and goop, you know, at best, dust. And I don't know, somehow it makes me more in control, like more aware that those passions are just, you know, can be fleeting and transient and ultimately not important. All right, we got to get out of here in a second. Don, yes, sir?
Hey, Greg, good show. Could you tell me why you can't hear from the Iranians, the people of Iran? I'm wondering why Elon Musk can't send Starlink over there like they did for all the people that were suffering in the storms over the years down south.
Yeah, no, look, I think it's the government that gets in the way of that. The government, you know, totalitarian government over there. Hopefully it all opens up. Yeah, we hear nothing from Iran. We have very little. And that's one of the things that I find, you know, people are always second guessing President Trump, Vice President Vance on this. It's almost like President Trump is playing chess, but we can't see the chess board, and this is a special kind of chess. It's 3D chess, and we don't even know the rules. And yeah, here we are commenting on, you know, how he's moving the pieces around. So, and we have no clue. Unfortunately, we had no embedded military program either. Remember when I was embedded with the Army during the Iraq War invasion? And I wasn't the only one. Hundreds of journalists. We have nothing like that now, so a lot of us are in the dark. Good points. Good points. Let's look into that. Hopefully Elon is on the case. Let's see here. Carmine.
Four Seasons. Big girls don't cry. Your girls have good taste. I won't mention names, but a caller the other day called another show, and he told they told the host that two regular callers really blessed her all the time. And I said, you know what? I met two incredible people because of Greg. And they are so important to me, these people. And I said, I'm going to call him and thank God for him. And I'm going to include him. And I'm going to make it 3 incredible people that I met because of you.
Who, me?
Yes, you're included in the bunch.
All right. Well, thank you.
So with that, I went to Bethpage yesterday and saw J.D. Vance. It was about 300 people there, and he went there to endorse a candidate, and other people think he should endorse the other candidate who's a conservative. But I think that his time could have used more efficiently, Greg. There was only about 300 people there. He was preaching to the choir. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Listen, part of these things are I'm not going to second guess where he's going and how he's going, and some of this stuff is you have to engage your base. You can't just they're my base. No, you have to take care of your base, and you have to pay attention to him. And guess what? That wasn't the only thing he did while he was in New York. You know what I mean? He did a lot of other things. He did interviews, fundraising, all kinds of things. Hey, Carmine, you're the best, and thank you for your beautiful words. All right, it's Barbara. I think that might be one of the people that Carmine is talking about. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Greg. I loved hearing about that book. I can't wait to see it. It sounds adorable and very, very creative. Wow, no wonder you're so proud.
Thank you.
What I wanted to mention today is that I agree with you about the horrific behavior that was allowed to take place in New York City. And as I watch the video, what I see is barbarism. It was barbaric behavior. And the only reason these people did not turn on each other was because they had a common enemy that night. They had the enemy of public property, the enemy of law and order, and civilized behavior. The Bible talks about what we saw the other night. Luke 6:45 says that a good person brings good things out of the good stored in his heart, while an evil person brings evil things out of the evil stored in their heart. And I thought to myself when I read this, I just happened across this passage. I thought, well, I don't want to think of those people as evil, but you know what? It was evil behavior. It was definitely evil behavior. And it was the kind of behavior that our founders knew mankind was capable of. And that's why they wanted the Bible and morality to infuse our citizens. And they did everything they could to assure that. John Adams said, "We have no government armed with power capable of contending with human passions unbridled by morality and religion." And we're seeing more and more of that. And we saw that in New York City. I'm in Ohio now. People think New York City is wonderful, amazing. Yes, it is. But it also has a very dark undercurrent now. And
it sure does. Barbarism. My gosh, barbarism. And that was Luke 6:45. Thank you for that. Thank you. God is great, and he can turn all of this around. It can all be used for the good. But thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to The Greg Kelly Show. You can hear The Greg Kelly Show weekdays at 12:15 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?